Just setting up here. Just setting up, just setting up. Up, 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 up. Let's see here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, well, that looks a lot better. All right, awesome. Cool. Cool beans. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. I'm excited because it's Friday. I'm excited every day. But it is Friday and it is wonderful and we're excited about it. Period. I do feel like, let's see. Today I wanted to, I've gotten a couple of suggestions for pick a cards and pick a piles. And I feel like we could totally run with that. Also, if people come in and they're like, I want to talk about my sign or I want to talk about something that's going on in my life or whatever, please, like, this is the space to do that. I ultimately want to provide a safe space for everyone to, be able to meet themselves where they're at. You know, I think so many times we're putting so much pressure on ourselves to perform, and do the thing and all this stuff. And in reality, like, what do we need to do? We need to just meet ourselves where they're at. We need to just take a break, take a beat, and allow ourselves to be in that place, right? Allow ourselves to be where we are. I feel like that's the hardest thing for us to do sometimes because we're so used to the narratives in our head and again where we think we should be and what we think we should be doing. What's up, Chris? Is it Chris? Chris Lemos? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Rash guard. I don't know what that means. But hi. Hello. Let me just put this over here because I really wanted to kind of utilize the back camera a lot better. Anybody have any preferences on what we can talk about today? We can do literally we can do pick a cards. We can do that for messages that we need to hear to help set us up for success for next week. We can also dive into whatever it is that people are experiencing right now. If you're going through something that you're trying to work through, that you're trying to hold space for, but it's hard, and you just need a witness. It happens so many times. I was just talking to a client yesterday, and I feel like a big part of my job is to be the witness and to hold space. I take that so incredibly seriously because we just want to be seen. We just want to be seen. People just want to be seen. We just want to feel ultimately like our story is valid, right? And it's our story, not the story that people tell us about ourselves or an experience that we have and how they felt about it or what they think about it. And then we have to kind of find this middle ground between what other people think and how we feel about something. When in reality, like, how you feel about something is enough. What you think and how you want to hold space for yourself in any given moment, like that's valid. That's valid. And so I think that just being able to provide a safe space is incredibly important. It's something that ideally we would all do with each other, right? But that's something that I love to do, and that's why I'm doing this. So I'm doing this. So let's see here. So let's do I don't even get anything out here. We can do like messages for the week. If anybody is Aries sign, Taurus sign. We just moved into Taurus season, which is really fun. Really excited about that. You know, Taurus is always just trying to teach us about like the comforts, the simplicity. I was just telling a client yesterday, like we sometimes get in our head, like, what is this for? What is this about? Like, where is this all leading towards? And I think that there's two very important things that we have to remember about life. And the journey, two ultimate journeys that we're on. One is to find ourselves again, to remember who we are, and to realize that even despite all the traumatic experiences or conflicting experiences or all the stuff that influences us either negatively or whatever, is realizing that we are who we are and that you're allowed to be who you are, and you're allowed to, you're allowed to love the things that you love and find joy in the things that you like to find joy in, and spend time doing the things that you enjoy. And your interests, your value systems, where you're geared towards, the things you like to study, you like to learn about, all of those things are valid. And that is the perfect Venn diagram ultimately for what your purpose is. And then when you're on that journey and you're trying to accomplish a vision of yourself, and you keep trying to accomplish that vision yourself, and on the way there you experience hardship and you experience failure, it's really discouraging, and you feel like, why am I even doing this? Why am I even doing this? And the reality is that it's you have to do this because that is your purpose. This is only part of the process. And this takes me into the second thing about life, is that we are always on an overarching journey towards major milestones in achieving what it is that we want to achieve, and doing the things that ultimately, help us feel like we're fulfilling our purpose, even though we're already fulfilling our purpose by having the values that we have, maintaining the interests that we have interest in, doing the things that bring us joy, right? When we're doing those things, when we're cashing in and we're saying, yep, I'm putting energy in that, right? You're already fulfilling your purpose because that is naturally who you are. But the second part is that while you're on this overarching journey, and we can have these big questions, the big why am I on this path? And is this the right path? And should I be doing this, right? All these big mystery questions. It's the day to day, right? It's the day to day because you're already on the path, hopefully, of moving towards your purpose. That's the ideal, is that you allow yourself to be on the path that, where you're exercising your interests, where you're exercising your values, where you're exercising your passions. That's your purpose. So if you're doing something that checks off those boxes, and your biggest question is like, am I on the right path? Is this going to take me to where I need to go? But you ultimately are doing the things that you love to do, then really what you need to be focusing on is the day-to-day enjoyment. Having routines that support the daily of who you are, right? And giving yourself space in the daily of who you are. And that could literally be like, you know what? I want to watch a specific show. right? At a specific time. Whatever it is, I like these types of things and I make space for them in my life. And I put effort towards making sure that they're integrated in my life. Once we're doing that and we're enjoying the routine of the day to day, that's everything, right? That's everything. So one is getting back to remembering who you are. And and I love that we're in Taurus season because Taurus season is kind of like reminding you the comforts, which plays into the second part as well, which is like enjoy your day to day. Do you like your routine? Like it's such a simple and not really, there's not a lot of emphasis on it. I'm sure people talk about it, but there's not enough emphasis, I think, on it. And I think that we should have routines that ultimately feel authentic to us, feel right by us, and that we enjoy. Routines that we enjoy. It could be the people that you hang out with that you spend time wanting to spend time with, right? And the efforts that you make to spend time with them. Hobbies, right? Whether it's like building model airplanes or again, like going to the movies, taking naps. Hell, I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Whatever it is, but that you have a routine that allows you to ultimately enjoy your day to day, right? Because if you enjoy your day to day, then the overarching goal of achieving milestones within your purpose, right? Now we have a life of joy, right? Now you're actually enjoying your life, not just the am I making the big hits? Am I meeting the big mountaintops? Am I reaching the tippy tops to where I want to be? All right? Because that's not going to happen every single day. So you have to enjoy your day to day. And guess what? You are every day. You are every day. You are important every day. You are you every day. You are perfect every day. But you have to give yourself space to be in that awareness that says like, I like this thing. You're allowed to have it, boo. Right? Tell yourself like, you know what? I really just want to say no to all the plans this weekend. Or, you know what? I know I need to get out. I know I need to get out. I really want to read this book. Whatever it is, but that every single day you're carving out time and you're creating a routine for yourself that gives back to you and doesn't just have you spinning your wheels on what should I be doing? Am I supposed to be doing this thing? Am I on the right path? Because those are big questions. And you're going to find your way. But are you enjoying the day to day of your life? Right? That's so important. So important. So there you go. Let's do a little bit of pick a card, okay? For the next week ahead, we're going to do pick a card. I'll do 4 piles, okay? 4 piles, 4 readings. And you can pick whichever pile you want. Hi, how are you? What's up? I love the picture. Is it a kitty or is that what is that? I think it's a cat. It's a fluffy cat. Nice. I'm going to do a pick a card. I'm going to do pick a card for the week ahead, message that you need to know as it serves your highest and greatest good in the highest and best way, please and thank you. Okay, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. When you see these, you'll be able to be like, that pile, that pile, that pile, right? So let me make sure I got all these in the Yahoo for you. Let's see. I think that's good. A little bit more. Sorry, there's a delay. And then let's do a nice little tarot. Tarot. Like story cards. To me, they're story cards. Tarot is really just story cards. Let's be real. Tarot is just story cards, just telling different stories. And stars are highest and greatest. God, please and thank you for one. Thank you. Okay. Oop. You know, maybe I should be seeing this. But there are going to be 4 piles. Just pick the pile that resonates with you. And then we will reveal them, okay? So you can meditate, you can have a, you know, open energy and just which pile is kind of calling to you, is kind of pulling to you. It serves our highest and greatest good. Please and thank you. Well, that was quick. Yes, please and thank you. Pile 3, please and thank you. Serves our highest and greatest good. Okay, okay. I hear you, I feel you. I hear you, I feel you. 4th pile, as it serves our highest and greatest good, please and thank you. Okay, gotcha. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So we have 4 piles right now. I'll bring you down. Again, there's a little delay. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys can see these piles. Okay. And what we can do, looks like I can actually move these over a little bit more so you can see them all. Let's see here. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do green balls. So for pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. They're all slightly similar, but definitely different. We're going to move this over even more so you can get a few of these. So just clear your mind, whichever one is pulling you. You can pick one, you can pick more than one, right? But whatever is pulling you, whatever is calling you, yeah, give yourself space for that. It can be all of them, it could be none of them. Totally up to you, okay? All right, so I'll give you guys a little bit. And now we do it. I'll begin with this one. Okay. So for the first pile, we had this. They're actually metal. They're so nice. They're like weighted, and they feel really good, and I highly recommend them. And they're all magnetic. So yeah, those are great. If you guys look for like fidget metal balls, you will find these on Amazon, anywhere. Okay, great. So for the lesson card, the theme, okay, I got service. Okay, service. I feel good when I can help others. I feel good when I can help others. Now, that's one part, and I'm going to show you this other card just to kind of emphasize the message here, and that's the High Priestess. The High Priestess. What both of these cards tell me together is that the message for you is trusting your intuition, in that you are able to give guidance and support to people, and in a way that helps them feel not just seen but felt, right? Like felt. And the High Priestess is an energy that is balanced. She has wisdom, and she wants to be supportive. This is a beautiful combination, right? These are exactly the same together. This only works one and the other. The High Priestess is a role of service, right? Priest, priestess. They're there for community. They're there to support. They're there to help people ultimately feel seen, right? Feel seen and supported. And sometimes it comes in the form of guidance, right? Sometimes that comes in the form of guidance. Sometimes it's more about just holding space for them. So for you, the question here is, right, being in your awareness and allowing yourself to realize that you can be that person. You can be that person. You are important enough. You are, in Spanish we say sabio enough, right? You are knowledgeable enough. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt there if you do have any doubts on how you can be of help and useful. You can be, absolutely. All right, next pile. We've got slightly lighter green, but it's not, this one feels so nice. I love it. It's so like, I love all these. And they kind of make, because they're like wrapped in rubber, they kind of like make this sound sometimes. You can't really hear it, but yeah, it's nice. It's very satisfying. All right, message for you is abundance. Whoo! Love that color, by the way. Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Boom. Look at that. This is your message. You need to hear this. This is for next week. Okay? Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Love that. And what do we have? We have justice. We have the justice card. To me, this is talking about choice, right? This is about choice. This is about balance. This is about, dare I say, boundaries, right? And I think that if we want what we want, then we have to be willing to be the sword of justice for ourselves. We have to be that defense lawyer, essentially. We have to be that support for ourselves that says, that isn't just support, but is a voice, right? We have to be the one to set the line and tell ourselves what works and what doesn't work, right? We have to be the ones to define that. And I wouldn't be surprised if in this week ahead, you're challenged a bit in terms of like, I could even see, it's like, well, I need help. And when that when I need help with this, like you're the only person that can help me. That if you are trying to do for yourself, it's not just here or there, or I will give space for myself here, but I won't give space for myself there, right? You have to tell yourself if you really want something, then you're willing to create boundaries for it, right? For it. If I want this thing, I will protect it. I won't let other things push it aside. Okay? You have to be that voice. You have to be the one that's willing to say, because that's what you're doing. When you say, okay, well, I want this thing, but then when things get hard or when somebody else needs my help or when the time gets conflicting, I'm pushing it aside, right? Thinking that your choices don't affect all of the choices that you make or all the priorities that you make is a little short-sighted. So I wouldn't be surprised if in this next week, you're just brought to a little bit more of the awareness of like, I need to be more intentional that all the choices I make affect each other, right? It's an ecosystem. The choices I make are an ecosystem. They are not in silo. And, you know, I feel like in relationships, because I know we talk about boundaries, in relationships, I do feel like, okay, sure, you can have different rules for different people. Absolutely. Okay. But as long as you don't conflict in your own value system or what makes you comfortable, right? More specifically, like what makes you comfortable. And you have to be willing to do that for yourself. You're the only person that can define what that means for you. Okay. Next pile. Here we go. Little lime green action. Love that. It's very nice. Feels very good. Feels very good. We like it. We like it long time. All right. So our lesson. Oh, we were just talking about this. Oh my goodness, we were just talking about this. Purpose. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. Oh my goodness. That's a no pressure. No pressure. I know what I am here to do. I know what I'm here to do. This is a reminder. This is a reminder. And we were just talking about this. Okay, we were just talking about this, which is that ultimately you there like if you are doing right by your interests, your value systems, enjoying your day to like enjoying what it is that you do, right? If you're doing those things and you're completing that in the Venn diagram in the very middle, what overlaps with all that is purpose. So as long as you're being truthful in, I enjoy doing this. This is a joy for me. I like what I like. I have the value systems that I have. Those things don't need to change. Am I doing right by those things? Because if I'm doing right by those things, then I am fulfilling my purpose, right? In whatever that way that is. And that can be vocational, it can be through community, it can be in the home, whatever it is. But as long as you're completing that Venn diagram, you're always going to be in the process of walking through into purpose, okay? Now this is cool. We have the 8 of cups, okay? So we don't have just purpose. We also have the 8 of cups. And the 8 of cups is about healing. Healing, okay? So it really says that be in your awareness this week. You are, I almost just feel like this is just a shout out for you, honestly. I feel like this is like, congratulations. In the sense of like, you've done so much work on yourself. Like, I feel like this is more like a shout out. Okay. I feel like the work that you've been doing on yourself and the healing that you've been doing on yourself, like, give yourself a hand. Okay. Give yourself a hand because it's not for naught, right? It is for a divine reason that you have been working on yourself and you are working towards something. I mean, look at her. She's walking into the sun. There's just this divine moment. She's leaving behind. She's burning, right? There's like this sense of integration and being present in her journey, which leads towards her purpose and her true self, right? And again, if you are in line with your true self, you're allowing yourself to be in your most integrated self knowing, then you are allowing yourself to be right there with your purpose. Okay. And I just feel like if you pick this pile, I just want you to know like that's amazing. And I'm so happy for you because you have been doing a lot of work on yourself. And if you're in the middle of that and you're feeling like, why all this pain and suffering? Why am I putting myself through this? All these changes are really hard. I just want you to know that before you can go up to the next level of yourself and of your self knowing, you have to dig deeper. And digging deeper is always hard. It's always hard. When, even looking like in a company, you don't get to the next level without learning how to have different kinds of difficult conversations, do harder things, right? Your responsibilities widen, but that's only by digging deeper that you can access those parts of yourself. And it hurts at first, and that's part of the healing process, right? That's part of the healing process. So I just want to say I'm really happy for you. And if you are in the middle of it right now, after this, it's going to get so good. It's going to get so good and you're going to feel so much lighter and you're going to learn even more about what to fill that with, because all of that pain, all of that, all that stuff that you've been holding on to and you've been working through it like a knot in your muscle, right? You're just working it. And then once you finally get it, I mean, and it hurts, right? When you're moving, when you're releasing a knot in your body, It is so freaking painful. Okay, it is so painful. So that process is painful, but then when it releases and you feel that release, oh my God, all of a sudden you're like, shit, I can turn my neck. But then you have to figure out, like, okay, well, now that I have this newfound, now that I have this newfound, these newfound powers of being able to move, how am I going to move? How do I choose to move? Right? All right, fantastic. So here's the last pile. Okay, we've got this slightly darker lime green. It's like a very nice, like real, like it's like a little lime ball. It's a lime ball. Love it. This is so nice. Love these. Okay. All right. Message for the week. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. Here we go. We got fear. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love, of love. And let me just say, the word love is acceptance and allowance. Acceptance and allowance, okay? And fear is everything that's not acceptance and allowance, right? I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Okay. Now that is telling me right off, first and foremost, is like, oop, right, there's a tension. There's a tension there. And what we have here is the Fool. I love it. Oh my goodness. And it's such a shame that the card is called the Fool, but look at her. Look at her. She is, what is she doing? She's carefree. Carefree. Because what happens when we're carefree is that we are not in fear. So when you feel this feeling, okay, which is a legitimate, the blanket statement, the party line is always like, fear is the worst thing and blah blah blah, right? Well, yes, but it's there for a reason, and it's there to help us be in our awareness and be in our surroundings and understand what it is that we're working with and navigate. And to this point, right, it's a test. It's a test. It's a tension point, and we need to feel tension in order to challenge us to either make different decisions or maintain the same route. So fear is actually incredibly important, which is why it's a test. Okay? I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So so this is telling you that this week, when you're in that energy of fear, apprehension, I almost feel like, it's almost like an opportunity. There's going to be an opportunity that might come up, and you might think and feel to yourself like, I don't. Right? When I was like, hey, can you give a presentation next week? And you're like, is that a question or am I being voluntold? Because I would like to say no, right? If an opportunity arises and you sense fear, allow yourself to be in a state of, right? It's okay. Go with the flow. Be in the energy of who you are. Breathe. Do a breathing exercise. Doing a box breathing exercise. I like box breathing, right? Hold. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds, right? Do that on a cycle. And allow yourself to simply be in the moment, because that's what she's doing. She's in the moment. That's what being carefree, so to speak, is allowing yourself to be in the moment. And perhaps for you specifically, because it's tied to the test and the opportunity, perhaps for you, I don't want to say disassociate, but it's more like not putting so much weight on the thing. Okay, don't put so much weight on the thing. It's kind of like, oh, this is a good example actually. It's like when we get feedback. Feedback is a gift. Feedback is a gift. But we have a tendency to feel like feedback is an attack. The most common way that we receive feedback is personally. We feel like it's an attack on our person. But we have to disassociate the two. The feedback is not a feedback on our intentions, right? It's not on our intention because intention and execution are two different things. Okay. Great book up for this is Thank You for the Feedback. Okay. It's like the art of receiving feedback well, even when it's given out of context, poorly, and all these other things. But it's a great deep dive into understanding how we receive feedback and how other people receive feedback, and also how to give feedback. I always feel like it's kind of a little reverse thing because even though it's like how to receive the feedback, it's also telling you, setting yourself up for success if you ever need to be the one giving feedback. But feedback is an opportunity. So if we separate the two, execution, intention, because we may have all the intention in the world of doing a good job, but it doesn't turn out that way, that's okay. The person who's giving you feedback is simply talking about the execution. Okay? The execution, not you, your value systems, and all that. And being able to isolate the feedback to that part, that's the art, right? Because feedback is rarely given well. It's a whole thing. I give workshops on it. I support people in their leadership development skills on it. It's a whole thing. So the superpower is being able to take feedback as an opportunity and extract what it is that they're trying to tell you, which means not placing so much weight, not placing so much weight on what it is and in of what it could mean, and instead taking it for what it is. Okay, taking it for what it is, being able to extract that. Okay, so that's that. Love it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, fantastic. So that was that. And if you weren't here yesterday, we were talking a little bit about Aries being in all of the things. And I feel like, seriously, courage to have courage has been such a huge theme in in a lot of people's lives right now. And and having the courage, not even having the courage, but like just straight up leaning all the way into like speaking your piece. Speaking your peace. And I'm not talking about peace, Peace. I'm saying Piece. Speaking your piece. Because I have been hearing so many stories of people just like letting it rip and letting people have it. Because sometimes people need to have it. Sometimes people need to hear the God honest truth of what it is. And you know, I'm not saying go out there and find someone to fight, but I'm saying if somebody comes up and tries to look for a fight for you and from you, have the audacity, baby. Have the audacity to stick up for yourself. Because that is, again, no judgment, but that is the time right now, is people just having the gall, having the audacity to stick up for themselves, to speak their piece, Piece, and speak their voice and speak their part and be in a place of absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. Right? Because if someone comes at you, let them know, babe. Let them know. You did not call for them. I did not call for you, ho. Right? Like, allow yourself to stick up for yourself. Okay? Because that is honestly like the vibe right now. I've been hearing the stories, people being challenged, And I say, have the courage, have the audacity to stick up for yourself, to speak your piece, to speak your mind, because nobody should be coming for you. Nobody should be coming at you. And you are allowed to defend yourself and you are allowed to speak. You are allowed to speak. Aries and Mercury, like, actually, my Aries is in Mercury. And so I'm very much feeling this time. I'm very much feeling this time, this season. But depending on what your sign is, it may be. Oh, where's my dog? She's right there, actually. Can you see her? Oh, Lola. Lola. Hi, baby. Hi, girl. She's napping. She's napping. How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you ready for the weekend? Is it your weekend? Do you work on the weekends? What's your plans? Because, we're about to be going into it. Ninja Hattori. Oh, is that from an anime? Let me see. A little bit. A little bit. She's not fluffy though. I wish she were fluffy. That would be great. Oh my God. Oh, Ninja Hattori. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know this cartoon. Oh my goodness, that's been a long time. I tried to get into anime, but I actually there was one of my clients was going to send it to me, but sounded really freaking cool. You're from India? Nice. What part of India? India's a big place, y'all. India's a big place. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about this weekend, just chilling. Lots of love to your work from India. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I was actually thinking of doing meditations and stuff. I used to do a lot of meditations on live, and I don't know. Maybe we can lean into that. Maybe we can lean into that. But yeah. Yep, 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 yep. All right. Well, maybe it's a good place to stop. Um, Sending you lots of love. Sending you lots of love. I hope you have an amazing week ahead, full of peace, full of joy, full of understanding, full of clarity. Remembering who you are, allowing yourself to be who you are, self acceptance in the highest and greatest way, highest, greatest good, as it serves your highest, greatest good. I love you. You're amazing. You're awesome. You are already perfect. And you got this. All right? It's good talking, friends. It's true. Yes, India is the origin of astrology. Vedic astrology is a whole thing. I'm very bad at Vedic astrology, but